Good morning, students. So, the notes on types of reasons I've already shared in the group, and I've also explained about the concept and the characteristics of reason. Okay, so now I'll discuss about the types of reason. Basically, reasons are of four types, that is formal reason or homogeneous reason. Second one is functional reason. Third one, perceptual reason. Fourth, nodal reason. Fifth, Adoic reason. Okay, now coming back to the first one, the formal reason has been divided into single feature region, multi-feature region, compass region. Okay. Similarly, nodal region has been divided into axial region and metropolitan region. Likewise, Adoic region has been categorized into two parts or subtypes are transit region, transaction region and depressed region. Now explaining further individually, formal region or homogeneous region. Formal regions are those regions which are delimited based on the homogeneity of physical, cultural, political and social factors, okay? Or while dividing the area into the region, similar it has been similarities or a homogeneity has been taken into consideration. So the regions has been divided based on the homogeneity in terms of physical factors, in terms of social aspects, in terms of economic aspects, or in terms of political aspects. Okay, so when we put more focus when while dividing the while delimiting the area or dividing the area into the different region, if we take a more importance or if we give a more stress in the physical aspects like your climate and topography or landforms, at that time we'll get a physical region or we will get a physiographic region. Okay, whereas when we while delimiting while dividing the area into the region, at that time when we focused more on your economic aspect like your product similar kind of similarity in terms of production, in terms of consumption, in terms of resource creation, in terms of your economic condition and GDP, that time we will get a economic reason or that type of categorizations or dividing the area into the region based on the economic aspects is known as economic region. Okay, for example, when for example well, we divide the area into the different sections, especially for the different schemes or developmental schemes. At that time, we consider the economy, especially the economy of that region, economically weaker section. When we divide, when we categorized, or when we identified the area as economically weaker section, that time we consider their production, consumptions, their economic aspects, their economic activities, their occupations, or I can say their um, um, the money they earned. Okay, so based on that categories, the reasons can be divided into the economic reason. Okay, like your middle class region, high class region, low poverty regions. So these are some of the categories of region. Okay, so the similarly when we divide the region based on the similarities in terms of social aspects, cultural aspects, cultural homogeneity, at that time we will get a social region. For example, a tribal region, non-tribal region. So we divide the area into two regions, that is tribal region and non-tribal region. It is mainly based on the economic aspects and based on the social aspects, because the tribal community have their own kind of culture, they have their own language, their way of livings are different from the other community. So that is why they are more inclined or close to the nature, whereas other non-tribal communities are economically advanced, I can say, or they are much better in economic condition. That is why there is lots of facilities or quotas has been provided to the tribal people. So I mean to say this is because of the social status. Okay, likewise political aspects also: conflict reason, peace region, unstable governance reasons, stable government reasons. Are these are some of the political reasons where there is a very flexibility in terms of the governments. We consider that region or area as a your static region. Okay, so these are the four important aspects on which we divide the regions as a formal region. Okay, so the formal or a homogeneous region means those regions which are divided, those area which is divided in the region based on the similarities in terms of physical, cultural, social and economic aspect. I forgot to give the example of physical aspects. Like here, in terms of the physical similarities, we have divided the India into mountain, Himalayan region, starting from Jammu Kashmir to Tripura, plains regions, plateau regions, and your coastal regions and islands. These are the physiographic division of India. In terms of the physical aspects, we have divided the region. Physical similarities हेरेर हामीले के गर्दैछौँ, divide गर्दैछौँ. Likewise, climatic similarities also can be one of the factors in terms of which we can divide the region, like your tropical region, temperate region, subtropical region, subalpine region and alpine region, based on the climatic condition. Okay, so a formal region means those regions which are delineated based on the similarity or a homogeneity in terms of physical, cultural, social and political aspects. Understood? Now, formal region has been divided into the other three parts, three regions, that is sub-regions, that is single featured region, for example, mountain. Here we are dividing the area into one feature, that is mountain, plain, plateaus. It is similar to the physical aspect, okay, single region. Likewise, multi-feature means tundra region, taiga regions, tropical regions, where we are not considering single aspects. I am saying here, okay, in the single features, what I was saying, mountain is a single feature, zone, whereas tundra is a region. Tundra region means within a tundra region there are a community peoples, there are other aspects, physical aspects. All the physical aspects comes under there, all social aspects, all political aspects. Likewise, taiga, tundra, these are some of the region, multi-features regions. Okay, compass regions means those regions which is having a very which are formed by dominant indicators. There are different indicators like your occupation. On the basis of occupation also we can divide the region. On the basis of the facilities they provide also we can divide the region. That means compass regions means those regions which are formed by the some of the dominant indicators like your occupation. For example, if I say the occupation, I am giving the example. In Jammu and Kashmir, they are mostly in occupationally that peoples of that area are engaged in the yak herding, or I can say transhumance. Okay, who shift their cattle in a seasonal basis. That is transhumance. Similarly, in the northeastern region, we have a mixed economy. We have not particular occupations because there is no distinct occupation of northeastern India, whereas you can see the Indo-Gangetic Plain where peoples are mostly dependent or their occupation is agriculture, which is identified agriculture region of India. When we say that, we always think about the Indo-Gangetic Plain. Likewise, Likewise, your northeastern peninsular area, which is also known as the heartland of mineral of India. Okay, so that region is known by its mineral resource. Occupation-wise, people are engaged in the quarries, minings, quarries, and manufacturings. Similarly, Eastern India, Western India's people are mostly engaged in the manufacturing sectors. Okay, so on the basis of compass regions means those regions which are identified based on their occupation mostly, okay, or any kind of function they provides. Understood? Now, functional reason. A functional reason means it is not based on the similarities. It is not based on the similarities. Functional regions means those regions which is the regions which are mostly formed because of the functions they provide. The regions which provides the different functions, okay, that is known as functional region. For example, healthcare towns, healthcare facility towns, educational towns, these are some of the function. And another aspect is that functional regions are always interlinked with each other. It is interdependent because one region, say for example village provides some kind of functions and it is always interlinked with the market, nearby market. That market is always interlinked with the larger market than that, towns. Then towns is interlinked with or interdependent with cities. Cities are interdependent with metropolitan cities. So these, I mean to say, functional regions are those regions which provides the functions to their threshold area. So वरिपरिको जग्गालाई कति सर्भ गर्छ, it depends. Okay, so some of the regions, sometimes a region, functional regions are easily identified, but sometimes it is very difficult because one regions provides a different functions. It is very difficult to distinguish the region in terms of the function. Like here, Gantok. We cannot say Gantok is a Gantok is a healthcare facility centers, or it provides the educational facilities, or it provides the health facilities, because it is providing all the functions together. There is all those administrative works is also done in Gantok. Most of the universities and colleges are established over there. Likewise, hospitals are over there. So all those urban facilities mostly are there in Gantok as compared to the other cities. So we cannot distinguish. So this means a Gantok is providing a complex function, a very complex function, okay, multiple function. So that is why we cannot say it, easily identify its function. Where likewise, but whereas when some of the regions only provides a single function. So for example, Ranikhet, a military function. Ranikhet is a place in Uttarakhand which is the first first army area of India, and that regions always has a significance of the army's training center. Okay, so that area is always providing a function of training to the armies. Okay, likewise, we can say Delhi as a educational house because most of the educational institutions are over there. Similarly, the Bangalore. Okay, so this is how we can easily distinguish. Whereas some of the regions are so complex that it provides all kind of function, healthcare function, education functions, administrative functions, and business functions or industries and all. So it is very difficult to identify. So the functional regions means those regions which are formed based on the function they provides. उनीहरूले कस्तो functions provide गर्छ त्यो बेसिसमा हामी के गर्छौं, area can be divided or formed as a region, okay, or a functional region. Otherwise, when we divide a larger section of the area into the different small part, a different region, at that time we will take into account the function provided by that particular area. What is the function that area is providing? Based on that, we divide the region into functional region. Understood? Third one is perceptual reason. Perceptual reasons means these reasons are formed by the knowledge or formed by the imagination. Perceptual reasons are formed on the basis of imaginations by the human beings. Perceptual reasons means when somebody talks about some regions which we have not even visited, but it will come to our mental map that, oh, that regions might be this regions might be that. So this is the regions which is divided based on our perception or understanding. For example, when we talk about the conflict region of India, anyone can directly think about the Jammu and Kashmir northeastern states, isn't it? So it's because that area is always highlighted based on the conflicts over there. Jammu Kashmir, you can see the conflicts regarding the physical aspects, conflict regarding the social aspect, politically unrest area. Likewise, Arunachal Pradesh, almost all the border area. Okay, so conflict region, trouble region, peaceful region, beautiful region. We consider Goa a very beautiful beach. Okay, likewise. So these are some of the perceptually, which is regions which is created by human feelings. Very beautiful area, naturally beautiful area, peaceful region, beautiful region. Okay, conflict region, very dispute region. So these are all the regions which are categorized by the human feelings, human understanding, human perception, and human imaginations. Okay, so these are the regions. These regions are called perceptual regions, which are formed by the imaginations of human beings. Next one is your nodal region. Nodal regions means a regions which provides a particular peak function or a highest point of, say for example, junction of transportation, which can connect all the area. That area is known as nodal region. A regions which connects all the area nearby or different cities, we consider it as a nodal region. For example, you can say Rampu. Rampu is a nodal region because from the Rampu we can go to the east, we can go to the west, we can connect to the south of in Sikkim, and we can go to the other states as well. So this is our nodal region. For example, similarly, nodal region is your NJP area junction, from where we connect to the northeast, from where we could connect to the southern India, we can able to connect the western India through railways or airways. Okay, so the Jalpaiguri, Siliguri, and even your then your airport, Bagdogra. These are the nodal region from where everywhere we can connect. Understood? So the nodal regions means those regions from where we can connect to transportation connections to the transportational networks to all the area. त्यो जग्गाबाट चाहिँ हामी सबै जग्गा पुग्न सक्छौं. त्यो जग्गालाई चाहिँ हामी nodal region भन्छौं. Junction area. Apex regions means junction area. जहाँ top apex means जहाँदेखि चाहिँ हामी from where we can connect the everywhere. Okay. Metropolitan means it's aggregation of the smaller towns. Mumbai, Delhi, Kolkata, these are the metropolitan cities. Okay. Now, similarly, now the last one, I hope you understood. Nodal region means the regions which provides the function of transportations and connectivity to all the area, a junction regions, from where we can connect the other part of the world. Now another one is Advaic region. Advaic regions means the regions which has a very high advantage or which is transferred to the very high advanced region. Advanced region is known as advanced regions. Advanced regions means those regions which are economically, politically, socially very advanced. That is known as Nordic regions. Sorry, advanced regions. Those regions are those part of the area which are divided. When we delineated, divided means delineated, okay? Delineated based on the its development is known as Edwick region. Whereas Nodalma, those areas which are divided or the regions which are delineated based on the transportation facilities is known as nodal region. The area nodal region. Okay, now coming back to the again Edwick region. Edwick regions means those regions which are delineated based on the development, based on its development, advancement, that is known as advanced regions, very highly advanced area. त्यसलाई हामी advanced region भन्छौं. Advanced regions, on the advanced regions there are two types of regions. One is transaction region, one is depressed region. Now transaction regions means those regions which are in the zone of transactions, which are in the phase of changing phase from underdeveloped to developed, in between that area. Okay, जस्तै हामी suburban region भन्छौं. Suburban region, that means rural region. Rural पनि छ, urban पनि छ. बजार हुन्छ, say for example बजार, and nearby bazaar like your Renak Bazaar, and nearby Renak Bazaar we have this area. We have this Tarpin nearby that petrol pump area, and yeah, Tarpin and Kingston, till Kingston we can consider it as a suburban region. Okay, so because it has properties of both the advanced region and also the lower region, both the developed region and developing regions. दुईटैको characteristics, rural पनि characteristics छ, urban पनि छ. That means that regions is known as transaction regions. The regions which are in the changing phase from one phase to another phase, from lower this like developing phase to the developed phase. This is known as transaction region, a zone in which there is a transforming forms, where is a very high chance of transforming to the another stage, is known as transaction region. Whereas depressed regions means those regions which are not highly developed but has a capacity to develop. Okay, depressed, now it is depressed but it has a potentiality to become a very developed region. So that type of region is known as depressed region, where there is high requirement of the facilities, schemes to make them, uplift them to the developed region. Transaction means regions where the area is changing towards the another stage. I hope you understood. Transaction means changing phase. अघि मैले भने rural पनि हैन, urban पनि. The area which is not rural also, particular rural जहाँ agriculture practice हुन्छ, not that rural also, not that urban also. It is in a middle phase. That is known as transaction region. So when we divide advanced region, advanced means advanced region, into two types, at that time we have two types. First मा के हुन्छ, region, एउटा region depressed हुन्छ. It has a capacity to develop. It requires a facilities, it requires the schemes, it requires the fund, or it requires some kinds of your aids to uplift. So when it becomes uplift, अब underdeveloped बाट developing को example दिँदै. So again I am giving the example. अब uplift भएर they had come to the, they are now changing towards the advance. They are changing to the advanced region. That in that middle phase is known as transaction region, and advanced regions means very highly advanced region. Okay, so this is all about the different types of region. Okay, thank you class. So if you have any doubts, you may clarify, you may ask anything in my personal number. Okay, thank you.